An organization's goals and objectives essentially help managers translate big ideas, like those expressed in the firm's mission and vision statements, into observable metrics. These metrics are important at all stages of strategic management. In strategy formulation, goals and objectives help managers know what their strategic plans should aim at. In implementation, they help managers make good adjustments as they engage with customers and competitors. And evaluating progress toward goals and objectives helps managers take a coherent, measured approach to learning from the past. Let's differentiate between goals and objectives. Analogous to strategies and tactics, we'll treat goals as overarching targets set by a firm and objectives to be more specific targets that then feed into achieving goals. Goals might be ROI hurdles, market penetration rates, and efforts to improve things like customer relationships or innovation rates. Objectives fit within goals, such as measuring response times to inquiries, social media activity, and the impact of PR activities as they lead to improved customer relationships. And just like a firm can adopt a number of strategies, a firm can set any number of goals. Referring back to the different contexts in which strategies are set provides one way of breaking down overall organizational performance into targeted goals. Recall that this graphic prompts managers to make strategic decisions in light of the different contexts in which they are made. Similarly, a firm can set goals for each of these contexts, even as those goals should work together. For instance, the box on the upper left focuses on an organization's internal operations. Goals in this area could focus on building efficient and effective organizational activities, whatever they may be. Goals in the upper right box could be targeted at winning and keeping customers, creating great product and service portfolios, and doing a good job competing against key competitors. The boxes on the lower end of the graphic can be more difficult to quantify. In the lower left, which examines the expectations of key stakeholders, goals probably should start with strong financial performance. However, there are many other ways people measure their interactions with firms, such as the nature of the work that it performs, the other people that they are working with, and whether or not it satisfies their personal expectations. In other words, people associate with firms for more reasons than just money, and happiness can be tough to measure. The box on the lower left, which examines the role of an organization in society, also involves ambiguous outcomes. Some firms are fully committed to being great corporate citizens, spending lots of time and money on charitable activities and other initiatives that benefit the communities in which they work. In many cases, these firms attempt to measure if these types of investments resonate with people through reputational indexes and other indications of corporate social responsibility. Other companies, on the other hand, choose to be less involved in society, essentially choosing not to set any goals in this area. But in the end, regardless of which goals a firm opts to pursue, every goal should try to contribute to the pursuit of superior organizational performance, the targeted outcome of the strategic management process. That is the true target of strategic activities. Taking a look back at these four areas, it's clear that organizations can develop innumerable types of goals and objectives, and sometimes this creates challenges. First, managers have to make sure that their stated goals and objectives closely match what they are really trying to accomplish. This isn't as straightforward as it sounds. For instance, it's easy for goals that were developed in the past to get embedded in the rhythms of an organization, even if those goals aren't as relevant to the organization's present or its future. An organization's goals and objectives should change along with its strategies and business environments. Further, sometimes it's difficult to measure progress toward goals, even if those goals are very important. For instance, it's often time-consuming and expensive to gather data on softer metrics such as customer satisfaction levels or R&D initiatives. But there's an old adage in management: you can only manage what you can measure. The converse, of course, is that you can't manage what you can't measure. Last, it's important for all of a firm's employees to clearly understand how their efforts contribute to the firm's success. People who have a clear line of sight connecting their activities with personal and team-based performance objectives and organizational goals will have a much better understanding of not only what they are doing, but why they are doing it. In summary, goals and objectives provide managers with guidance when making strategic decisions in pursuit of the firm's mission and vision. While selecting the goals and objectives can be more challenging than it seems, the right goals are those that help the firm achieve superior organizational performance as it has defined performance for itself within those competitive contexts.